All of you watching and listening all over the world, you know that Miyetti Allah is a terrorist organization. You know that. They have killed. They have said that Benue State is theirs for the taking as a spoil of war. All of you are aware of it. You know what they are doing. Anywhere you have Fulani headsmen, terrorists for that matter, they tell you, oh, they are pastoralists. They are allowed to do their businesses in the forest. All of you are aware of it. But you kept quiet, hoping that somehow Tinubu will emerge as the president, or an Igbo man will come as the president, and your family will start enjoying. But in the meantime, you have no more farmlands, you have no more forests, you have nowhere you can call your own home. The same stupidity exhibited by Hausa peasants that enabled Fulani to take Sokoto from them, that enabled Fulani to take Katsina from them, that enabled Fulani to take even Kanu from them. Every Hausa land is occupied either by a Fulani emir or a Fulani governor. Some of you don't want to reason. You don't ever learn that the main aim of Fulani is to conquer your land and enslave you. Look at Hausa people today. As I wrote yesterday, they are worse than a discarded tissue paper. They are worth nothing. Only their language is what is relevant in their lives. Everything else is lost. All of you are repeating the exact same mistakes that the Hausas made. That is why they are in trouble. And that is why they can never ever come out of it. They are all suffering from what I would an advanced version of the Stockholm Syndrome. Can you imagine that these people came into their land and took it over and they cannot do anything about it? Hausa is gone. It took Fulani very many years before they came out of their shell to say we are Fulani. Remember before, many years ago, they told you we are Hausa Fulani. We are Hausa Fulani. Because that time, their subjugation of the Hausa race hasn't been completed. Now they have completed it. Have they not completed it? And what is happening right now? I ask you what is happening now. Fulani have now come out to tell you we are Fulani people. Is that not what they are saying now? They are not telling you we are Fulani. No more Hausa Fulani. What does that tell you? That the Hausa race no longer exists. Do you want the same thing to happen to you? Do you want the same thing to happen to your families, to your villages? Do you want your towns, let's say Obomosho, to be renamed into a Fulani name? Do you want Onisha to answer a Fulani name? Forget all the nonsense about unity of Nigeria. All they are uniting against is your common interest. Unless you prefer epileptic power supply, unless you prepare to live your whole life without running water, unless you want to live in abject poverty and deprivation, your only alternative is a revolution. Let nobody discourage you. All the countries of the world doing very, very well, they all went through a revolution. You must go through it. If you don't go through it, you can never ever survive as a people. Fulani will take you over. As simple as that. This very day, we are making it known to the whole world that the Muslim extremist dictatorship masquerading as a secular democratic government must be demolished. It must be demolished for you to survive. They have to be demolished. If you do not demolish them, your lives will end very, very miserably. I assure you. I assure you. The zoo is on its knees. Everybody knows that the zoo called Nigeria is on its knees. Who doesn't know that? Everybody knows. Nothing is functioning. You are all aware of it. When they say go and register for NIM or whatever, NIM or whatever rubbish is called, all of you trooped out without legislation, without any laws. Fulani can control you however they like. Once they announce it, Yoruba newspapers very foolishly and stupidly will support them because they want Tinubu as the president. And you are all dying every blessed day. You are all dying every day. Had you people risen up to say that what is happening in Nigeria is bad, there is no way that First Oranti's daughter will not be alive today. That is the price you pay for duplicity. That is the price you pay for treachery. That is the price you will continue to pay until you rise up and say enough is enough. It is up to you to do it. You did it during NSAS. You can do it again. Can you imagine Fulani people telling you, if you remove Fulanis from Euroba Forest, Imagine Fulani telling you, if you remove them from your ancestral lands, there will be war, and you are panicking. And you have not asked yourself, why are they not saying the same thing about the East? Why did they not say to Eastern Security Network? Why did they not say to me, if you don't stop evacuating Fulani terrorists from the forest, there will be war? Because they know, they understand psychologically that you don't have what it takes to resist them. Do you know why Borno State is still alive? Why you still have the Kanuri people in Borno today? Was because they resisted the Fulani centuries ago. You have to go back to history to understand how Nigeria came into existence. Fulani has been expanding from day one, from Senegambia. All the way from Senegambia, they've been expanding, and now they are in Okigwe. All the way from Senegambia. They are now in Okigwe. And you're asking us to somehow fold our hands and keep quiet because of 2023, because one idiot is going to come out to become a president, because of that rubbish, because of that nonsensical notion, we should fold our hands and wait until we are overrun by the Janjaweed from the Sahel. Is that how reasonable people think? Is that how people that wish to survive as a race, is that how they reason? It is very, very shocking that some of you do not understand what the Fulanis have in store for you. Very, very soon it is going to happen. And when it happens, your eyes will clear. And about whom you will see it very clearly. I was warning you in 2014, 2015, 2016. They said he's a warmonger. He's a warmongering. I went to America and I told World Igbo Congress that this war you are avoiding is going to come to your villages. They said, no, it's not going to happen. What is happening today? When Yoruba was supporting the dead idiot called Buhari, did I not warn them that this evil you're supporting will consume you? They never listened. They never wanted to listen. IPOB is a terrorist group. You're trying to divide Nigeria. But Mietiana is not. People that you are calling bandits, have you heard anybody come out to say, please Buhari, since presidency is there defending terrorists in the forest, why don't you proscribe them? No, you cannot proscribe a Fulani group. Never. And all of you, we are supporting evil. When there is the proscribed IPOB, proscribed indigenous people of Biafra. These are Yoruba journalists writing junk. Every day they keep writing rubbish. But their land is under siege. Their land is under siege. And the Fulani will take it. It don't take time. So I am here today to encourage them that they must stand tall and be very strong, resolute. That is what Fulani does. They control the media. They have well-paid consultants all over the world doing their bidding for them. They have that woman at UN trying to lobby the world that everything is okay in the zoo called Nigeria. But you and I know that the zoo is not okay. You and I know the game plan of the Fulani. And what are you doing about it? Nothing. Every day you read, you lament, you complain. Every day you read, you lament. And that's all you do. That is all you do. You read, you lament, you complain. You do nothing about it. Your lives are being taken away from you. Your forests are being occupied. Your mothers are being raped. Your daughters are being abducted. And the whole national government, presidency, is supporting such people. And you're telling me that Nigeria is viably sustainable. Is that what you're telling me? That somehow this contraption is sustainable, it is viable. It can never be. Because the more you stay in one Nigeria, the more you are inviting the Fulanis to take over your ancestral lands, take over your villages, and to make life a misery for you. That is the end game. That is the outcome. If you doubt me, go and do a bit of research. Ask yourself, who are the Hausa people? Who are the Nupe people? Who are the Bachama people? All of these people were steamrolled by the Fulani march to the Atlantic Ocean. And now they're in Yoruba land. They're in their forests. They are in their forests. And who is going to drive them away from there? If not the Yoruba youths. Forget about your useless governors. Your elders are very strong. I love Yoruba elders. The way they behave, the way they talk. Very, very strong. They say they support Akeredolu. This is governor of Ondo State. They support him in what he's doing. People must come out to say that enough is enough. When you travel to the north, do you live in the forest in the north? The Igbo people in Sabongeri in Kanu, Are they living of course it's house land? Are they living in the forest? They came to the town. They work very hard. They build houses. They build mansions. They develop the entire place. Is that not what they do? What are Fulani people doing in our forest? Nobody can answer that question. They say that they're pastoralists. I want some of you who have had your breakfast this morning. Please go to your fridge or go to where you keep your beverages and you will see pig milk. Pig. Some of us were raised on pig milk. For how many years now? And you keep asking yourself, what is pig milk? Pig milk is minerally the same milk that the cows produce in Holland can be produced in the zoo. Tell me the country in the world aspiring to be a member of the UN Security Council where you move cattle from place to place. Are you people well at all? You so-called Nigerians, are you normal in the brain? I'm asking you a simple question. Show me a country that aspires to be in the 21st century moving cattle from place to place. Tell me they're grazing. Which country is that? Please tell me. All of you don't have any shame. When you have people, an entire presidency coming out to defend a very primitive, archaic agricultural practice, then you know you embrace this mess. You are in one almighty trouble, I'm telling you. People are in a mess. The Holland that you get your pig milk from, do they move cattle from Rotterdam to Amsterdam? I'm asking you a simple question. But they produce the pig milk that you're drinking every blessed day. Why can't Fani produce pig milk in Sokoto? Why can't they produce carnation milk in Kanu? They have the cattle. Before the white man came, did you see any Fulani in your forest? All these people talking rubbish about movement of cattle and movement of... I'm asking you, before Britain came and handed over Nigeria to Fulani, ask your grandfathers, please, or your grandmothers. Ask them. All this nonsense we are hearing today in this so-called one, I want to tell you the dangers of one Nigeria. All this nonsense you're hearing today about one Nigeria, Fulani in our forest, Fulani in our village. Before the white man came, did you see Fulani moving their cattle all over the place? Did we not have meat to eat? They will answer these questions for you. Because sometimes in Africa, we don't reason very well. The way we reason is disjointed. It is disjointed. I can't understand for the life of me why instead of them to waste all that money arming and equipping this Janjaweed army Mihetiala to come and conquer you and I, why don't they open a milk factory somewhere in the north and bring the milk down south? I'm sure Southerners will buy it. After all, pig milk comes all the way from Holland. Pig milk all the way from Holland. Now you understand it. Because of the way you people reason. Why can't you produce? Is it difficult to produce milk? The same milk that comes out naturally from the udder of the cow. Why can't you can it somewhere, pasteurize it, and send it to people to eat, to drink, or to do whatever with? All over the world, that is what is happening. In fact, they produce so much milk in Europe that they pour it away. Why can't you do the same thing? A whole president claiming they are in the 21st century are supporting a very primitive practice of moving cattle from place to... All of you, you're not ashamed of yourselves. You have no shame. As somebody will say, your shame is shaming me. I'm telling you, you people from the zoo, I'm ashamed of your ignorance and stupidity. You people are hopeless, completely hopeless. One day I want idiot to come and say, we are intellectuals. And you're moving cattle from Kafanchan to Ahoda. You are intellectuals. You are intellectualizing. You are in the 21st century. You are moving cattle, driving cattle, Nama, from over 300 miles. Claiming Euroba Forest is a place for you to be in. You want to relax. Euroba Forest is every Nigerian is free to live anywhere and do their business anywhere. Yes. But when an Igbo man tries to sell beer in Kanu, you destroy it. You destroy their businesses, you destroy their hotels, but you can come down to the south and live anywhere you like and graze anywhere you like. And you're telling me that is a country, that is one Nigeria for you? The Fulanis we are talking, they call them the Funa movement. Our attention has been drawn to a decree credited to one Rotimi Akeredolu, asking Fulani people who have occupied some forests in Ondo State to quit. We are also aware of another incident in Oyo State where an illiterate political talk gave quit notice to Fulani people to leave their territories, which are now their irreversible homes. Are you listening? Fulani are now saying that Euroba Forest is now their irreversible homes. They have now occupied Yoruba land in perpetuity. And I want to let my Yoruba friends understand this. You see, in life, anytime you support evil, evil will come back to haunt you. All of you never knew that IPOB and this Biafra movement was for your liberation. Some of you saw maybe the oil and gas from Biafra land. If they go now, we'll have access to oil and gas. In the process of having your eyes fixated on oil and gas, your forest is gone. Do you understand it? There is nothing more precious in life than freedom. Freedom is very important. And I need you to understand this very morning. Every Yoruba person supporting Fulani, you are setting up yourself to become like the Hausa people. Remember when Hausa was supporting Fulani? We are Hausa Fulani, we are Hausa Fulani. Where are the Hausa people today? I ask you. Where are those Hausa people today? Do you see them anymore? They're saying we are Hausa Fulani, we are Hausa Fulani. Do you see them again today? Do you see them? I'm asking you. No, because Fulani have completely overwhelmed them. It's called emasculation. Completely emasculated them. Look at what they're doing in the East. In the East, they come to the East, I will tell you, oh, you want to be the president or vice? Yeah. They say, give us land for Ruga. They give them land. As soldiers of Kadu did that Lord Banta. They have taken it over in forever and ever. Give us land in your state. Who puts them prove to us that you are stood to give us land in Olo? Who puts them give them land in Olo? We can go and kill people in Obibo. We can kill for them. How many Fulani governors are prepared to kill bandits? I didn't say normal people. I'm talking about armed, dangerous bandits. How many Fulani governors? Go and read your newspapers, you will see it there. Fulani governors are negotiating with them, giving them arms, giving them vehicles, making sure that their life is no longer a misery. But see, they come down to the south. They tell you, give us land for Ruga. Go and kill your people to prove to us that you're one Nigerian. That was why Obi was talking rubbish. Was talking yesterday or 2 days ago. Supported by the BBC. The problem you people have in Nigeria is this. Your journalists, you see people punch newspaper, Tribune, Vanguard, and Nation. They are your second worst enemies. I'm telling you the truth. They can never ever be objective in their reportage. Never ever. That's why all of you are suffering. But you don't know it. They were the same people used to scuttle the NSAS protest. Of course, some of you went about looking for Indomie in warehouses. Typical black people. Any revolution that is coming now, you must stand very firm. They'll say, oh, you're Igbo. Oh, you're Yoruba. Oh, you're from Europe. Don't join them. It's our turn in 2023. If you do this, you will scuttle our chances of becoming the president. To the core. And as I said to them, Tinubu will try to use it to ride to Asorok. They said over there, it can never happen. So there is no fear that tomorrow they will give it to Tinubu and he will abandon. No. People can't abandon this. It's impossible. That is to tell you, everything we tell you comes to pass. Everything I tell you comes to pass. And why would people defend something as horrible as Nigeria? Because of what I call the empire mentality from our creators, the British, who adopted, I can't understand, people that they put in power after independence adopted the rogue mentality of building an empire. They call themselves nationalists. Before the white man came, were the Yorubas at war with Biafran people? The answer is no. Were we at war with Middle Belt? The answer is no. How come after they came and left? Because they built an empire. And there is something in the brain of black people. This is something that most people don't know. Black people, no matter how primitive we are, we love our freedom. And that is why in the next 50 years, you see Africa, you won't recognize it again. People are going to break into pieces. If they like, they can come back together later on. But to tell me that a white man can come from somewhere and model people up together and give you a name and you answer it, in 50 years time, Africa will not be recognizable. People will break away. I'm telling you, people will want to be on their own the way we were before the white man came. And what is wrong with that? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Those idiots that call themselves nationalists, they came and acquired the British Empire mentality. Let us expand. That was why Azikiwe said, no, they leave Nigeria the way it is, and I don't believe in breakup, because he wants to be an emperor and an empire that he did not build. That is the truth. and the fact of life. That is why, even as we preach this very gospel, in the Western, they call it, is this Western Togoland, they call it, Western Togoland. They said Ghanaian police or the Ghanaian armed forces. That's where they are strong, armed forces. Ghana security forces say separatists killed in shootout. That's what they do. That is that colonial mentality, that empire mentality. There was no Ghana before the British came. Everybody was on their own. People want to go back to the way they were before the white man came, and you're busy shooting them because Nana Akufo-Addo wants to be an emperor. Britain gave us Ghana. You know, I don't understand this thing about black people. I am struggling. When the white man came and was conquering us, we were complaining, saying we don't like it, we want the white man to go. And as soon as the white man left, that's edifice of racism, which is a nation state in Africa. We allowed it to stand. That very philosophical inconsistency, that inconsistency in terms of our approach to something we clearly identified as a problem initially. When the white man left, instead of the nationalists to say, to your tent, O Israel, let us plan from there. They said, no, we want to, they even formed an army and police to police the boundary created by a white man. That is why I have no regard nor respect for them. People call them nationalists. I call them a bunch of idiots. They are nothing. Right across, he said they are nationalists. They fought rubbish. They fought for their pockets and their families. Those who fought for independence properly are those that allowed people to go back to how they were before the white man came. You are killing people in Western Togo. And I'm asking Kofi Nana Addo, the president of Ghana. Before the white man came, did your ancestors have anything called Ghana before, or Gold Coast? But now the white man has left. You want to assume. People are very, very backwards. Very, very backwards. Very, very backwards, I'm telling you. That is why I call African people fools. They don't have any brain. They cannot reason very well. Let us go back to how we were before the white man came. Then if I want to be in the same country with Oduduwa people, I can go negotiate with them and say, we have this and that in common. We can benefit each other. We debate it. We vote on it. We go to a place beside. We ask the people and they vote. That's how it's done. Anybody you want to join you go to them and they willingly join. As Scotland willingly joined the UK over 300 years ago, and today they want to go. And nobody's stopping them. I don't know what's wrong with African people. A white man came and built some junk, called it Nigeria, which you don't even know the meaning of the name. And you're jumping up and down. I'm a Nigerian. Let's defend Nigeria. And I'm wondering what type of cage the animal jumped out from. And possibly a university degree holder for that matter. Very, very sad indeed. Very, very sad, but we must preach the gospel of truth. We must preach this very gospel. So Fulani will continue to wreak havoc on all of you. They will continue. That is why they said, effort for peace sake, Southerner must become next president. We are not interested. This is Audu Ogbe. He's from the middle belt. He's in the middle belt, How do you obey in different? A Southerner should be. Is that? Did we say that is our problem? Do you think we are fools? Don't you think that we can go and support somebody to become president so people can be made whatever thing that they want to be, given positions and slots, and they will make so much money? You don't know we can do that? That is not our cup of tea. If you like, spread your presidency like a confetti all over the place. That is when they will know who we are. We are not interested. If you like, come to my village and after P2B and Atiku, that band has come and gone. That is the end of it. No more. No presidency, nothing. Let us give it. Do you think we are foolish? The same way you use your so-called presidency or head of state, you gave it to go on, a Christian from Middle Belt, and then you took over all of them and said, we are all one North. And they agreed. And today, what is happening to them? The same thing you want to do to us. Hey, come and take the presidency. After that, then, look, Jonathan was president for 6 years. What happened? Any improvement? Is there any improvement? A few people were enriched, that's all. Tell me the tangible improvement for the woman in the creek drinking contaminated water. How did you improve her life and that of the children? How, I ask. People are jumping around. It's our turn. For a pity's sake, you are foolish.
Some of you live abroad. Where you live abroad, is Donald Trump your cousin? Is he from your village? It's the policies that matter, how the country is structured, how it is run. It doesn't matter where somebody comes from. I'm asking you, for some of you that live in the UK shouting, is the town of, is Igbo man's town, is Boris Johnson from your village? Is Boris Johnson from your village, I ask you? People talk as if they cannot reason very well. What we want is our freedom, and that freedom we're going to get. If you like, you can go and join the flan, they will deceive you. Say, it's because of Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB. That is why you cannot get the presidency. See what you can do. Some of you will try to poison us. You can go and plan with them to arrest and to do all manner of evil to us. But you cannot succeed. You cannot prevail. You can never ever prevail. Not now, not tomorrow, not ever. Keep your useless presidency. We don't want it. You can canvass all you like. You can pay all the journalists to write all the junk they like. You cannot move us. There is no presidency. We don't want it. What we want is freedom. Is as simple as that. If you don't like it, you can go to hell. Or that is one man, one vote. There'll be referendum. That's all we're asking for. And when that happens, one man, one vote. If you want the headsmen to stop abducting Catholic priests in Delta, which is a headline on Vanguard newspaper. They abducted a Catholic priest. Some of you who are shouting one Nigeria, Loretta Onochie, this is where you claim you come from, the great harlot in Asorok. This is where you claim you come from. Suspected Fulani headsmen on Saturday evening kidnapped a Catholic priest, Reverend Father Jude Onyebade, and 3 of his workers in his farm along Iseluku, Isele, Bitime Road, and the Ocha North local government area of Delta State, throwing the area into fear. When IPOB goes in there now to dislodge them, they start complaining, they send the army, they send the police. Now that they have come, they have kidnapped, no army, no police, nobody is shooting up the village, nothing. Because it's Fulani. That is their game plan. Loretta Onochie, you are in Asorok, supplying dead wood prostitutes to idiots in Asorok. This is what is happening in your so-called state. Have you seen it? This is one thing that fools don't understand. I was warning you before, if you are shouting one Nigeria and working for the Fulani Janja, with your village is in danger. Loretta Onochie, your village is in danger. Have you seen what they have done? These are Fulani people. These are the idiots that you're serving and supplying filthy, dirty, diseased women to in Asorok. You can see it. She's a madam, high-class madam in Asorok, supplying prostitutes to idiots. Fulani Janja, we don't circumcise in Asorok. Her village is burning. They are kidnapping priests and people in her village. As I told you before, that is what you get when you serve Fulani Janjaweed. When you talk rubbish about one Nigeria, you place your village in danger. This is for Loretta Onochie. Go and read it up. Go and Google it and read it up. It is there very clear for the whole world. Headsmen abduct Catholic priests in Delta. It is very clear for the whole world to see and to hear. As I warned you before. We are not Igbo, we are Neoma, we are Neocha, we are Neoji, all that rubbish. Fulani have come. Those that told you that you're not Igbo, they have come to Delta to deal with you. People cannot reason. But here we compel them, we force them to reason, and they are reasoning because they have no choice. They must reason. They have no choice. They must reason. And Facebook is doing all they can, as usual, to suppress our numbers, but of course they are joking. We have Facebook, we have IPOB Community Radio. That is where a lot of people listen to us these days on. That is the platform we are on. Very, very soon, as your firm is working very hard, we go interactive. We can begin to interact there. And then, you to hell with your Facebook. We go there. Because it will have interactive functionality. Each other up. People can message us in the open during live program like this, so that the world may know. And it's gone now. Headsmen in Delta, they have taken the priest. Loretta Onochie is tweeting for Fulani in Asorok. He's tweeting for. Look at her face; is all burnt with cream, bleaching cream, burnt. Look at your village. Look at your village. Useless woman, look at your village. The people you are serving in Asorok, supplying prostitutes to, they are the ones in your village. Their children are in your village, ravaging your village. You are in Asorok doing one Nigeria. Oh, people are very, very foolish. Very, very foolish. Very, very foolish. We are live and we are dead, of course. We are coming to the end of our program, but not quite yet. Another gas explosion in Lagos. They say everything is gas. They explode the bomb, Fulani explode the bomb, kill people. They say it's gas. Even when there is no gas, it is gas. Gas explosion. My God, if there's anything like next life, Nigeria, God to heaven. Fulani have killed people in Lagos. Several persons were killed and injured, and vehicles burnt in a gas explosion, which is Fulani terrorist attack in Lagos. Very, very simple. They are working hand in hand with the Fulani terrorist army. Hand in hand with the Fulani terrorist army. That is what they are doing, and bombing and killing people all over the place. And some idiots cannot see, they cannot understand it. Very, very sad indeed. Very, very sad indeed. And I'm sure now that the Shia have risen to complain about the film made by Peter Dochia, I hope the world can understand that for what it is. A very, very sad case indeed. You also, the nonsense written, which I will analyze, of course, on Wednesday, the letter by Garba Shehu to Commonwealth, I will analyze it in depth on Wednesday, because right now we have come to the top of the hour. Our 2 hours is almost off. There are a lot of things that I would like to bring to you today, but unfortunately we cannot be able to do so. We have come to the end of the program this very day, but do understand one thing. If you are in support of one Nigeria, that means you want Fulani to take over your village. You want terrorists to run your lives. You want this reign of agony and mediocrity to continue forever and ever. Even those who were instrumental in rigging the now late dead Buhari into power, they are lamenting very seriously, because Fulani terrorism has taken over the place. But we are saying no to it. We are resisting and doing all we can to resist. And I am glad to say that people are now waking up, people are now rising up from all over the place, and we are winning this very battle by the grace of Chukwukikabia, and not by anything that we have been able to do so far. I thank you all for listening this very evening, morning, afternoon, or night, depending on where you are. And as always, do not forget, people wonder why we are fanatical about Biafra. We are fanatical about Biafra because Biafra is our religion. Here on radio, Biafra is where we worship, because Elohim Chukwukika Biama is our God. I thank you very much for listening from me from here. Good evening.
Nnamdi Kanu, Chineke nyere gị mmeri ijiri gaa ije Biafra ala ma na-eke ma n'oge onye bi imegbu gị Chineke adịkwesị mmegbu gị, ọ ga-adịkwa nne gị mma na ezinụlọ gị ma ụmụ gị ma ikwu gị ma ibe gị ma anyị na ndị kụwa ọfọ, ọ ga-adịrị unu mma. Gaa lọ n'obodo Awụsa gaworo onwe anyị agaworo onwe anyị, ogologo ndụ gị na ahụ isi ike. Abego nkịtị nwunye nọ ha gwa adịgo okwu inyere m right merie inyeghị m ka ị lọrọ ije abeele m akwa koro gị ga n'udo lọ ị ga-emeri emeriele ịlọla ọ dịrị gị mma ma na-eke ma n'orie abụ ego nkịtị gba adịghị ma n'afọ otu onyinye gwa gị Chineke metụ onye na n'otu n'aha Jizọs, metụ onye na n'otu n'aha Jizọs, ekpere abụ ọkwa anyị gwara abụọ